Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, aka Two Chicks, Two Flicks. I'm chick number 1, Carson Green.
I'm chick number 2, Annie Janes. Today's 2 flicks are One Battle After Another and No Country for Old Men. Carson, you picked this.
Yeah.
I have identified 3 reasons that these 2 films make a spicy double feature, but I'm just curious, why'd you pick it? You're the one that picked it. Why? Tell me.
Yes. Yep, I will. Okay, number 1. I mean, there are also a couple of different reasons why I picked it, but number 1, both of these movies are games, multiple games of cat and mouse.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
I don't even have that one. I didn't write that one down, but you're right. It's literally cat and mouse on a cat and mouse.
Yeah. Okay, well, if that wasn't one of your reasons, I'm curious to hear what your reasons are.
The reason I thought you picked it was because of the villain in each. We have a really strong and I would say iconic for both villain, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and old what's his face?
Javier
Bardem for No Country for Old Men, playing some really good psychopaths in each film. I that was why I assumed.
Okay, interesting.
That's why I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the things I identified watching them that are not reasons to choose, but are fun. Mm-hmm. I would say they both feature fancy offices, like really fancy high rises where shady shit gets done. Like the puppet masters that like do corrupt evil shit have fancy offices, which is just like a interesting. They're not like in the back of a nail salon, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they both feature like a tracking device that uses like an audio key to let you know when you're close to something.
Yep. And you know, so my thing was, these are very niche. Those are 3 very niche.
The other 2 are like not reasons to choose a feature, but are like when you're watching a double feature, you hold them in your mind at the same time. That's what's fun about it.
That's so true, and you do. I also feel like both of these movies are very like atmospheric. We get a lot of like
Westernish.
Yeah. A lot of, we're spending some time outside. We're having some establishing shots of just nature
landscape.
and also just like characters hanging out.
For sure. Okay, love it. I thought of another funny spicy double feature for One Battle After Another.
Okay. So I notice. Let me stop you there. I noticed that you're tripping up on One Battle After Another. And let me just go ahead and say, I think it's a horrible title. And I think after this year, after award season, I'm going to forget the name of this movie.
Yeah, I will too. I will too. I don't dislike the title. I will forget it. And I'm having trouble speaking it.
Yeah.
Here's one I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Here's one I'll never forget. Finding Nemo.
Yeah. And honestly, No Country for Old Men. But let me be so for real. I often mix up No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. Like
it came out the same year. They were very similar.
It has the same amount of syllables, I think.
Right. But No Country for Old Men sounds so cool, whereas One Battle After Another sounds more generic.
Yeah, it does.
But Finding Nemo, by the way, was the other spicy double feature idea I had.
Oh my God.
Because it's about a dad who's just like, I gotta find my child. I gotta fucking get my child.
Yeah, that's good.
One Battle After Another is about more than that, but it's funny. But I could not pass up a No Country watch.
Yeah.
I was delighted you suggested that.
And we haven't covered it on the show yet.
No.
I watched it recently, maybe like a year ago. That's what recent feels like nowadays. And I know that I talked about it on the show, but we haven't watched it. But you know what? Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and jump in to One Battle After Another.
Rise and shine.
Pat an eyelash.
Good morning.
There are no hands on the clock.
Why?
Because they're not needed.
What time is it?
I don't remember that part. All right, let's just not nitpick over the passwords. This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
Bitch, I felt like Tony Montana!
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home. And I cannot remember, for the life of my only child, the answer to your question.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
I need to find my daughter.
Well, then call us back when you have the time.
Annie, if you wouldn't mind, please, hitting us with some facts.
This came out September 28th, 2025, is a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Teyana Taylor, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, and Chase Infinity.
Yeah.
Here's the description from IMDb. When their evil enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughters of one of their own. All right, Carson, tell me.
Yeah.
What did you think of this movie?
Well, Annie, thank you so much for asking. Let me tell you this. I have a love-hate relationship with PTA. I think that he can be a really fantastic storyteller. He casts his movies so beautifully. I really, really like the way that he directs. And look, this isn't like, I don't think I'm alone in this opinion. I think he has a hard time sticking the landing. I think with endings. With endings. I think a lot of his movies kind of fall apart in the third act. Licorice Pizza, his last movie. What, can you even remember?
I think every act of that was a failure, but I don't remember. I just did not like that movie.
Yeah.
I'm with you with the love-hate. Some of his movies, I adore. Some of them.
Yeah.
Hate. And you know which one I thought I wouldn't like and I loved, and it was the third act that made me love it? Phantom Thread.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I like Phantom Thread too. Boogie Nights, a 10 out of 10 movie.
So good.
The Master.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, well, I'll just say, not a great third act.
Inherent Vice, I think, really bad third act. Personally.
Yeah, me too. I agree. One Battle After Another, though, good movie. All the way to the fucking end, baby. And in fact, I would say that the third act was the strongest, which is crazy. That's crazy for me to say about a PTA. I had a really good time watching this. There are so many things going on. And the same is true for No Country. So many things are going on, so many different threads to follow. And this movie is about so much more than like just the one story thread that we're following. And that is like, that tickles my brain in a really good way.
Yes.
In a really good way. I like that I had to kind of like keep up. It was not, this movie is not a second screen situation.
No way. No.
It's not. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I need to declare this officially. That was my favorite chase scene of all time.
The end one with the car.
Dude, I was giddy, bro. I was giggling. Yes. I was giddy.
Yes. It's so good. It's so imaginative. The way it was shot. I've never seen anything like it.
Me neither. And
I love the way it concluded.
Me too.
Genius.
Me too. Yeah, literally. What did you think?
I loved it as well. It's probably my favorite film of the year so far. We give a lot of shit to long movies. And this is us giving praise to a long movie because over that 2 hour and 40-minute runtime, I was locked in the entire time.
I did not even notice. I'm being for real.
Me neither. I did not notice. I felt like I could have kept going.
Me too.
It just felt like good old fashioned cinema. It felt like movies of yore. Yeah. But at the same time is about something so modern and so relevant. Yeah. And I think it beautifully handled the thing that Killers of a Flower Moon did not handle with Leonardo DiCaprio, where it did not center Leonardo DiCaprio's character as like a white savior or even just as a center. I thought that was really well handled.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of PTA just writing what he knows, being a white man who loves Black women. Shout out Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
Thought that was really funny. And I just I am still thinking about the scene still, and it's been I'm a few weeks removed. You brought up the car chase scene, which I thought was probably the best scene in the movie, but I also really love like the bank robbery gone wrong.
Yeah.
And there was that
she was in a full-on sprint. My girl was running. She was Tom Cruise running.
She was running. She was probably faster than Tom Cruise there. She had to have been. Did you notice the Big Lebowski tie-ins?
I did at the time, but now I forget. You're gonna have to remind me.
Just
the robe.
Leonardo DiCaprio's character, like wearing a robe and wearing sunglasses, and then using like a roach clip.
Yeah,
smoking weed, and apparently that was like a influence a little bit. Like he's not as bumbling. Like he's a little more understanding and a part of the cause than the Big Lebowski was. But I think there's also something funny with him being like, I don't remember the fucking code, man. Like, just let me in. Okay. Also, there's a lot of similarities with this in Eddington.
Oh yeah, I did think that Eddington might have been another double feature recommendation. Obviously, I would never do that to us. But
totally.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, this is way more successful version of that. And
I agree.
Specifically, the way that Eddington made fun of both sides, the left and the right, I found damaging. Yeah. And in this movie, the way it makes fun of both sides, I felt good and fair and just and accurate. Like the Christmas Adventurers Club.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Was so funny and at the same time like over the top.
Yeah.
And the way that it makes fun of the like left side in there like getting stuck on bureaucracy.
Right. Like Comrade Josh saying I'm triggered and Leonardo was like,
yes.
We're on the phone.
Yeah, like I'm not invading your space.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Leonardo DiCaprio being like, well, what are their pronouns? Are they transitioning? But at the same time being a mega asshole. He's like, I just want to be nice to them, but he's being such an asshole. He's just being a jerk. Like that was funny. And then making fun of like a new form of the KKK called the Christmas Adventures Club.
Yeah.
So I just thought that all of it was just handled really well.
I agree. And I think that okay, God, let's also talk about, oh my God, there's like a fighter jet outside.
Oh, it's a Blue Angel dog. It's coming in from Pensacola.
It's about to break the sound barrier. This is crazy.
Yeah. I bet you it was one.
Okay, so I also just like a central theme of this movie is racism, and more specifically, like how race plays a role now, like what racism looks like now. And sorry, I was so distracted by this fucking fighter jet, bro. That was crazy. I like how it handled just like looking at racism both systemically and then also like on a more personal level. And like the role that racism plays in family too, not only like in society but also in family.
Yeah.
This is all really delicate stuff that I don't like. Paul Thomas Anderson held it all, I think, with reverence and respect. And also, was like really playful as well.
Yes. Yes.
Like Perfidia
struck a perfect balance.
Right. Like Perfidia, Lockjaw and Perfidia's relationship was so. It was like a really interesting power play.
Okay, on this note, I think the one thing I wanted more from the movie was to understand more of Perfidia and her decisions. Like, I felt like I didn't understand why she went back to Lockjaw the second time to like have sex with him in the motel room. And I also didn't understand why, like, I mean, I understand why, I guess, but I think I wanted more from her turn to becoming a rat, because it just seemed like her whole life was dedicated to this cause. And so I just wanted a little more Perfidia, basically, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so I have a theory, and I think it's in her name, because the name Perfidia literally in Latin means treachery.
Well, Sean Penn was saying, I did not know that, because that's really fascinating, actually. But I like this idea about Sean Penn just being like, you have like a demon inside of you, or you have something evil or witch inside you. And he said that her daughter had it too. I don't know, that's a part of it. So maybe it is just treacherous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could have stood for like a scene or two to understand her better.
Let's talk about Sean Penn. I want to bring something up specifically, and it is that I had zero idea that Sean Penn was even in this movie. He was in zero press. The man did no press for this movie. I did not see him in the trailer. I did not see him on the poster. I had no idea that Sean Penn was even in this movie.
And that's a big deal. He's a big dude, big deal, big name, big guy, important guy. Right?
I would consider him one of the main characters. Yeah. Why do you think that he was not in the press? Please.
I did see him in the trailer, by the way, but I don't think it was like,
you saw trailer 2. I don't think he was in trailer 1.
Interesting. Why he's not in the press? I think because he doesn't care to. I don't know if do people associate him badly because he beat up a paparazzi in 1995 or whatever the fuck?
Allegedly, and this is corroborated by Madonna herself, allegedly he tied Madonna to a chair and beat the ever-loving fuck out of her.
So maybe that's why.
See, that's what I think too, but then it's like, own the choice of putting him in your movie, you know?
Right.
Like,
he's like not been in anything for so long.
I felt a little bit of a bait and switch, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, because I thought that I was watching this movie that was like empowering, like a revolution and revolutionaries. And then turns around and it's starring an abuser.
Interesting. I will say, just speaking on Sean Penn, I thought he was so good at acting that I was like, is that what he's like? Like, I genuinely, like, the man was lost in his role.
Yeah.
Shame about that alleged beat him up.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the only thing that made me go, Otherwise, like, yeah, God, Leo was so good in it. You know who else I really loved who played just such a minor role, and this was such a minor thing? I loved the native guy who saved Willa. Loved him.
Oh, yes. For some reason, I thought about the guy in the taco shirt. That was just like stoned out of his mind or something. And he's like, there's nuns. And he answers a question completely incorrectly. The native guy. Yeah, that was an interesting turn of events.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. Love Benicio del Toro.
Oh my God, Sensei. I love that he was we had multiple revolutions happening
Yes, me too. The fight was going on.
Yep.
And like but at the same time, they were connected because like Benicio could pull the strings that freed Leonardo DiCaprio from the hospital, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
How she was like, "Oh, you're diabetic, right?" And she's nodding her head. And he's like, yeah. And you haven't taken your insulin, right? And he's like, right. Like that. And the fact that Benicio is waiting outside, I'm like, he pulled those strings. They are different revolutions.
Yep.
We have kids in cages, and we have, oh God, what do you call the other one? Fascism?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're like separate but connected for sure. And while you said something earlier during the Sean Penn bit about how like you were hoping for like an inspirational story about a revolution, I will say that by the end, with the end being that their daughter, played by Chase Infinity, is like now involved in the revolution, and like Leonardo's not, he's like passing the torch onto her. And then we have American Girl playing as the credit song. I did feel a little inspired.
Yeah.
I felt a little gassed up.
What did you think about the letter from Perfidia?
I liked it. I didn't know or understand when it was written. I felt it explained some things that I would want to know too, because, but I do think, like, I do get it, the way that she came from this like lineage of revolutionaries, and how Leonardo DiCaprio was like, we do this now because we have a daughter. And she's like, that does not change what my mission is. Like, that was really hard to understand, but I like the letter, I think. What did you think?
I feel like I could have done without it. I kind of didn't really want her to have, I didn't want her to have a redemption arc, I think. I think the ending would have been stronger if we left her out of it.
I didn't feel she was redeemed.
Right,
but
she was able to say her piece, you know?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that. I hear you. I didn't feel strongly about it.
I cannot wait to watch this movie again. And I regret that I didn't watch it again before we recorded this, because I feel like I've just forgotten so many things. Like, I laughed out loud. I gasped. I gusped. You know?
Did you gasp when Sean Penn was like revealed to still be alive and he's walking his crazy walk with the bloody face?
Oh my God, yeah.
That got me.
I think I literally said no.
Yeah. The whole theater gasped at that point for sure. We're like, what? Only to be killed again after his ridiculous raped in reverse story. Hilarious. Okay, well, are you ready to score it?
Yes, this is honestly, wow. This is a 10 for me.
Wow. So is this better than Sinners to you, or which, not better? Which one do you like more?
Sinners.
Okay.
Sinners has a rewatchability for me that I think one battle after another just simply doesn't.
Fully agreed. But I like this more.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. What'd you give Sinners?
Yeah. I think a 9 or an 8.
God, Sinners is a 10 for me. Oh my God, Michael B. Jordan.
I haven't had a movie that's been a 10 out of 10 for me yet, but that's just this year.
Yeah. I mean, this year is not great for movies. You know what was a great year for movies? 2007.
Why 2007?
Because No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood came out the same fucking year, bro.
No, that was huge. Let's talk about it.
Let me ask you something. What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything. Just call it friendo.
Annie, would you please hit us with some facts about No Country for Old Men?
Yes. No Country for Old Men came out in 2007. Sorry, Mr. Segway. was written and directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. It won the Academy Award for Best Picture, Directing, Supporting Actor for Javier Bardem, and Adapted Screenplay. It's starring Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, Tommy Lee Jones, and Woody Harrelson. Here's the description from IMDb. Violence and mayhem ensue after Hunter stumbles upon the aftermath of a drug deal gone wrong and over $2 million in cash near the Rio Grande. Okay, let me just say I'm a huge Coen Brothers fan. They are some of my favorite filmmakers ever.
Mm-hmm.
And people regard this as their magnum opus, as their masterpiece. It's not my favorite. But I still really love it.
What do you mean? What is your favorite?
Big Lebowski.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I probably like Fargo next. It's not a rank of goodness, objectively. It's just favorite. So, personal favorite. So, but all this to say, I think this movie is so good.
Yeah.
And I loved watching it again. I have two things about it that I really, really don't like that I'll get to later. But I had a great time watching this. I love it. Here's the thing. If there's a movie that has a briefcase full of cash, I'm so in. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be full of cash. Just give me a fucking briefcase and I'm in. I don't know what about me. I'm so simple. Give me a fucking briefcase. I'm there. I'm seated at your film. I'm seated.
Yeah. Honestly, a briefcase and Josh Brolin, girl.
Oh, yeah.
You can't peel me away from that.
What did you think?
So I watched this movie when it came out in 2007. I think I was like 13 years old.
Wow.
And it was like really heavy for me to watch. There are so many specific scenes that stick out in my mind that really like are just cemented in my mind. Number one, literally the opening scene where Chagrin, played by Javier Bardem, who is just a psycho killer, is choking a sheriff deputy with his handcuffs. And it's these two men laying on the floor in a struggle. And the boots are making all of these marks on the floor, like black boot marks where they're scraping and there's a struggle. I will never get that out of my mind. Like
so
that.
Good.
Just the boot marks on the ground. Like I was watching that and just thinking like, did they plan that? Like, did they mark the boots or did they just figure out that the boots were making a mark during the struggle, like during the filming of the scene? I was just so curious.
I think they planned it.
It was so. It leaves an impression. This movie leaves an impression. Yeah. I mean, that's literally like the opening scene, and there's 50 other scenes that are just as impressive.
Agreed. The way that it pieces the story together, like Josh Brolin, he's hunting.
Yeah.
He hits a deer, but it doesn't kill it. So the deer runs away. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you see, he's walking in the desert and he sees blood and you're like, oh, he's tracking the deer. But he looks up and he sees a dog, a limping dog. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then where does he go from there? He finds a shootout with everyone dead.
Yeah. Except for one guy.
And the whole film is just like that, where you're like, what? Where's this going? And where's that going? And like him with putting the briefcase up in the air vent, like the same thing where you're just like, what's that going to do? What? And then this makes sense, but something new is introduced. It's just that over and over and over and over again. And it is like masterful.
Yeah. And so we have like 3 or 4 stories kind of being followed. We have 3 or 4 characters being followed. One of them is Javier Bardem, who is the psycho killer who is hunting Josh Brolin. We have Josh Brolin, who is running from the killer. And then we have the sheriff, who is following them. He's not very far behind.
Following them, but fun fact, they never, ever cross paths.
No.
There's never a confrontation between the sheriff and either of them, actually, which is very unconventional. Apparently that's like what drew the Coen brothers to this story, is that like it's a cat and mouse, but they never like confront each other.
So like in the many times that I've watched this movie, I have been watching the main story of Javier Bardem and Josh Brolin and this cat and mouse that they're playing. I mean, the stakes are really high and they're like neck and neck. They're like inches behind each other.
Yes.
And this time around, I was watching it with the sheriff, I think for the first time. And he's so good. He has a lot of wisdom to impart. What is that guy's name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones is very measured. He's a great sheriff. He's a great husband. And it's just very obvious that like he has a curiosity about him. Like he's just he wants to figure out this mystery, not because he wants to put this guy behind bars and he wants justice, but because he wants to know who is this person and what is going on.
He wants to understand.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's so true. One of the two things I really like don't love about this movie is the conversation between him and Ellis, who is like was involved in his past life somehow. And this is the man in the wheelchair that has a bunch of cats in his house.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason I don't love this is because that character was like talked about, but you could easily miss it. And to me, it just like kind of comes out of the blue. It's really long. Where it hits is like very important in the film. And I just don't get out of it what I think it wants me to get out of it. So I wondered if, because you focused on Tommy Lee Jones, if you got anything else out of that or how you just feel about that scene in general.
It very much, okay, it's so interesting that you would bring this up. This movie is just a series of either chase scenes or conversations between two people. And like that is very much like how it's written in a novel, is like just scenes of two characters talking. And so that's just what it felt like to me. Like by the time we got there, it's like, okay, that's where we're at in the book. Is like,
yes, now
we're going a little bit deeper into his backstory and we're having the conversation between these two people. I don't know. Yeah, but no, I really didn't get out of it what I think they wanted me to. It very much felt like an afterthought, I think.
I think it is it's certainly from the book, and it's just I keep complaining about this, but when we are too married to the source material, I think films can suffer. Yeah. And the way that this movie was written was one of the Coen brothers was reading the book out loud and the other Coen brother was typing on a keyboard.
Oh, interesting.
So it is very like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
And I just think that is like, that scene is weird because it's like a product of a book. Books have less rules, especially when this was written. So anyways, I think that's why I just don't get it and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I have a fun fact to share with you.
Oh my God, please, Annie.
Roger Deakins is the cinematographer, one of the greatest cinematographers ever.
Yeah.
He said that there are only 12 shots that did not make the final cut.
Wow.
He said that normally a film is shot on 700,000 to 1 million feet of film. Mm-hmm. Like all the takes, all the extra coverage that they don't use. This film was only shot on 250,000 feet of film.
That's incredible.
So a quarter of what's normal, which means it was extremely meticulous. And that's why I say those boot marks were fucking planned, because everything I think was extremely planned out in this film. And I don't know if that's the Coen brothers, because I didn't do reading, or if that's just this film. I don't know if they didn't have enough money and they had to do that. I don't know. But I find that incredibly fascinating. And it just, to me, goes to show their talent of just like perfect aim, perfect accuracy.
Yeah.
They knew what they were making.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know, when I think about like really beautiful movies, I think about like Paris, Texas, and I think about like Days of Heaven, that Terrence Malick movie. I think about, you know, just like really stunning, colorful, like natural movies. And Annie, I think about No Country for Old Men. This is such a stunning movie, and so it's really, really surprising to hear that like they just, all of the B-roll that they got was what they wanted to get. Like they weren't just like taking like nature shots of like, that might be nice,
or shooting coverage where it's like, well, we'll just move the camera over here and get it from this angle just in case we need it in the edit. No. It's like there is a term called directing for the edit where you know how it's going to be cut together, and it usually makes for a better film. And the Coen brothers edit their own films under a pseudonym, Roderick Janes, spelled like my last name, Janes.
Yep.
So I know they know what they're doing.
Yeah, dude. There's
when they're together, when they're apart, I don't know. They don't know as much.
No. They're stronger together.
Yeah,
and apparently so are the Safdies.
So true.
There are a couple of scenes. Oh my God. You know what else? Like the scene where the dog is following him in the river, and then the dog comes up out of the river, and in the very last moment he shoots the dog, like right before, like the dog jumps and is going to eat his face off, and he shoots the dog. Bro, I'll never get that out of my mind. Like I
hate to see a dog killed on screen, but the way they did it was like it justified it almost. They waited till the last second, and he was like, he was so close to death. From the dog. The dog was going to kill him.
Yes. And while this scene is taking place, it's like twilight hours. We're like in the blue hour just before dawn. It's so stunning.
I can't imagine shooting that because you know that time is like...
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This little river valley that they're in, so beautiful. And it's like heart pumping... Yes. Like terror of like this dog is chasing him down the river. Oh my God. Yes. And he's being shot at. Like,
and he has no shoes.
He has no shoes on, bro.
God. And the movie just is that over and over and over again.
And that really does it for me, bro. It really does.
We haven't talked about Anton Chigurh yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is a well-known fact that he, like, I think a bunch of people, I don't know, psychologists, scientists, I don't know. He was studied. His character was studied, and it was like declared that he's like the closest and most accurate portrayal of a psychopath ever displayed on film.
There are two scenes of his that I just will never get out of my mind ever for the rest of my life. Number one is the coin toss in the gas station. In the gas station. And the man who he's doing the coin toss with, the character just really has no idea who he's talking to or what the stakes are. He has no idea.
Yeah.
And Javier Bardem, his character has no interest in explaining to him what the stakes are.
Yeah. He's like running the world in his mind.
Yes. That's crazy to me. Like he has so much power, and it's not overstated. It really is not.
Apparently Javier Bardem was like, when he was offered the role, he was like, I don't know why you guys want me because I can't drive. I don't drive. I hate violence, even in movies. Like, he just doesn't like violence, period. Mm-hmm. And I speak English terribly.
Yeah.
And they were like, maybe that's why you're perfect for the role.
Yeah.
And I mean, he won an Oscar for it. Apparently, he was deserved. So, like, his haircut had such a impact on him mentally that he like became really depressed and wouldn't leave his house during production.
Yeah.
Or whatever, wherever he was staying.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thought he looked so ridiculous. But all of it to me did create something perfect. It created one of the most perfect characters and perfect like acting bits of acting ever.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. And then the scene, one of the final scenes when he's talking to Carla Jean, and Carla Jean says to him, you don't have to do this. And, 15 scenes before this, Woody Harrelson also said, you don't have to do this. And Carla Jean says to him, you don't have to do this. And he, in that moment, he breaks and he gets a little bit annoyed. And he says, that's what you always say. That's what everybody says. You don't have to do this. And that's like, even that break is like, he is annoyed with his subject speaking, like talking back to him. He's not annoyed, not annoyed that he is going to kill her. He's not annoyed that he went out of his way to commit this murder that is so like
extremely out of his way.
He didn't
have to do it, basically. Yeah.
Right. He was annoyed that his subject was talking back to him.
And the fact that she refused to call the coin toss, I love.
Me too.
And again, same thing where your brain is trying to keep up, where he comes out of the house, you didn't hear a gunshot. You're like, well, what happened? What was the result of the
But he looks for the blood on his shoes.
Yes. And that's all you need to know. You're like, fuck.
That is all you need to know. There are so many little things like that throughout this movie where we don't get the clear picture or the clear answer of someone saying something out loud, but we get little clues. Like, here's another example. The guy right after Llewellyn, Josh Brolin, pulls up to the shootout, the initial shootout. It's noon. The sun is high in the sky. It's fucking hot. He opens the door to a truck and there's this guy who had been shot and he's asking for water. Agua, agua, agua. And he's like half dead already. Like he's baking in this truck. And Josh Brolin says, yeah, I don't have any water, bro. And he continues on. And then later, much, much, much later, when he gets home, he goes to bed. It's the middle of the night. He opens his eyes and he says, oh, fuck it. And then he gets up out of bed and we're like, where's he going? What's he going to do? And then we see him filling up a water bottle and immediately it's like, oh, he's going to give that guy water.
Love that so much.
Yeah. There's so like many instances of that.
Barely dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite way to watch a movie. I just love seeing scenes played out like that.
Yeah.
I must now get off my chest the one thing I really don't like about the movie. And I know some critics feel this way.
Okay.
First of all, there is the scene at the motel, which is like right down the street from where I live. You could see Albuquerque in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a fade to black, which we have not had the entire movie. So already I'm just like, that bothers me. And when we cut back to a shot, Tommy Lee Jones is like approaching the motel and Josh Brolin's character, Llewellyn, is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that happened off screen. That was like, for all intents and purposes, our main character. That was them, I think, being too beholden to the source material. They should have shown how he died. They should have shown that scene. Or they shouldn't have had the fade to black, because it just literally felt like they cut the scene out of the movie and like put black there. And there's nothing else in the movie that is like that, pacing wise or storytelling wise. So that really bothered me.
Yeah.
And that is like one of the main reasons, and plus the conversation with Ellis, that I don't deem this movie like my favorite or a perfect movie for me. But they're like, those two things bother me so much. Anyways.
Wow.
I know.
I mean,
and it hits me every time I see it. Every time I'm like, fuck, like, damn, that's what, like, I hate that basically. Every time I'm like, damn, I hate that so much.
You're like, this could have been better.
Yeah.
I feel that. And I think I share that sentiment, but like all of the things that I love about this movie
so good.
So overshadow the things that I dislike about the movie. That
I agree with
for
that.
me, I can't even register it. Like it really doesn't even register.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have Anton Chigurh is a freak drinking milk. This is a trope, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah. Likewise.
We could do a spicy triple, quadruple feature, I bet, of freaks drinking milk.
Clockwork Orange is this is the number one that comes
Inglourious
to mind.
Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah. Funny Games.
Funny Games. See? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm ready to score it if you are.
Okay. Yes. This is a perfect movie in my mind. I mean, despite the things that we talked about, and I mean, I agree, but also disagree because I don't care that much. This is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. And Annie, I have been watching this since it came out 18 years ago, and I am going to continue to watch this movie. I will continue to watch this movie for the whole rest of my life. I can't say that about a lot of movies, truly.
Yeah. Damn, I'm really torn between a 9 and a 10 right now. I think I'm going to go 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. 9 and 10, I'll say 9.
How does it compare for you with One Battle After Another? I forgot the name of the fucking movie.
I liked this movie a lot more than One Battle. Even though they're both 9s. The way the Coen brothers tell this story, the way they shoot it, the way that it's about a briefcase, the way it's simplified. This is more my shit.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I prefer One Battle. I think I like that story better because there are women in it.
Yeah. Women that talk to each other, that have power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regina King. We didn't even talk about Regina King. I loved her character in this.
Yes.
In One Battle. She was so good.
I will say that's this is the first time I've seen No Country, having had read some of Cormac McCarthy recently.
Oh, what'd you read? What
did I read? Blood Meridian, and I haven't finished it.
I think I read Blood Meridian in high school. I think I'm gonna read, I might read No Country. I might read another one of his.
Have you read The Road?
I haven't.
I read The Road in high school probably too. Yeah. But after reading Blood Meridian and seeing this, I can like really see Cormac McCarthy on like his dialogue, the way the story is, the way that things are really tragic, because he is really good at writing dark, sad shit. And I just found that interesting that you could feel him present in the book. So shout out.
The motherfucker has a presence.
He does.
Okay, well, that's all I have to say. Damn, what a good double feature, bro. 2 perfect movies for me.
Loved it.
What?
Amazing.
I can't even think of another episode where I had 2 perfect movies. That's cray cray. Well, anyway, Annie, I think we ought to wrap it up. I think that's it for the Movie Mavens. If you have a suggestion for another double feature, we are always looking for throwback double features as well. We're not just watching newbies, obviously. So write to us, moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Instagram @moviemavens. And that's going to be it. Movie Mavens all the way out.